Welcome to Clearwater, Florida. What's up, everybody? This is Jose from Sun Life.
Hey, Kaden.
Welcome to Clearwater Beach. Today we're going to be touring the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. We're driving along Gulf, heading north along the coast of Clearwater Beach to see how much destruction this hurricane has inflicted upon the people, businesses, vacation rentals, leases, loans, and other debts of people here in Clearwater Beach. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day at home and appreciating what you have, because here in Clearwater Beach, there's a lot of destruction. Here in Clearwater Beach, we just have a giant tarp there. I'm not sure what that is. So about to hit a close.
It smells good around here.
Dead salt water.
No, it smells foody.
There's a coconut tree on the side of the road.
It smells foody.
Man. It smells dusty. That's what it smells like. Dusty.
Dusty and foody. Should I go straight or
No, go left. Wow. Dusty Shackelford. Tipo caminando en el medio de la calle, hacer que tipo más pesado, man. Normally, Clearwater Beach is a happy, fun place, but today, Clearwater Beach, frankly, looks like crap. Now, these larger buildings like this, they hold up really well to hurricane destruction. You can see here how the water literally tore entire chunks of concrete and wall. So the combination of people not being able to get their vacation rentals refunded has left a lot of people taking hurricane vacations. This is what the average building along the coast here looks like. And I'm gonna guess that there's probably 4 feet of sand below our feet right now that wasn't here before, because you can see the base plate of that property wouldn't be 4 feet below the sand. So practically there's a good 3 to 4 feet of sand above the original level, which is what we're standing on now, that got pushed all into Clearwater Beach. Looks like these sand dunes that were here literally got cut in half. There are a lot of people out here today. So despite the situation here not looking appealing, it looks like all the aftermath of a hurricane practically, right? A lot of people, I'm gonna guess these are locals for the most part from Tampa that are still coming to the beach. This definitely doesn't feel like the Clearwater Beach it was before. You can see the water line on this furniture here. You can see the water line on the windows. It definitely isn't the Clearwater Beach of before after the situation. And it's sad. It doesn't even feel the same. From fun and vibrant to this feels different. Destruction. There's the water line, about 4 feet. Story goes that the bank had to throw out bags of money. They just couldn't save it. Needless to say, this is going to look more like a construction site than a vacation. The storm surge has a tendency to dig up underneath concrete and lift it up in spots like this. This is what a lot of business fronts look like now. You can see the water mark at about 3 feet. So everything in there is ruined. So if you're taking a vacation to Clearwater, just know it looks more like a construction site than a beach town right now. Some people don't get the memo that it's a construction site, not a vacation rental today, but oh well. Let's take a look here. You got about 4 feet of storm surge on the building, so close to 4.5 if you're on the road. It's interesting how you can see the lid on this thing. You know, people are dealing with stressful lives and they're trying to make the best they can out of their beach weekend. The water line there. Basically, these are pushing 3 feet of water inside and 4 feet of water on the road. The park looks nothing like a park. I guess they were working on it before the storm. And by today, the smell of mold is just repugnant. It's starting to build up in a lot of places and becoming difficult to breathe. I'm gonna get asthma tonight. It's just the dust from the drywall, the sand everywhere, and then on top of this, the mold smell. You can see in these garages here, the water line came up through about 3 feet on these garages. So anything on the bottom floor here would have been destroyed, ruined by the storm surge. Storm surge on this building came just about to the windows. So here's a property, untouched since the hurricane when it comes to pressure washing and stuff like that. You can see that the storm surge came to about, I don't know, maybe almost 2.5 feet to the garage door. This is the situation people are facing here on Clearwater Beach. Notice how you can already see the oxidation bleeding through this mattress. So imagine this road that we're walking on now in 4 feet of water, completely submerged, vehicles floating around. This boat dock randomly landed all the way over here. This building here, it looks like it caught fire during the storm. You can actually still smell the smoldering smell of fire inside. But the smell of fire, it still smells fresh. See how the heat melted the soffit. Water in the pool looks green and nasty. You can see some dirty air conditioning filters. This concrete barrier here with steel was able to block some of the storm surge from flooding into this canal. Boat dock's seen better days. This particular building suffered fire and wind and rain and storm surge. Quite the demise. And then among all this is a hotel, which doesn't seem like it was affected in any way. Even their pool seems to be above the storm surge level. So you can see their pool up there didn't even get water in it. The same cannot be said about this smaller hotel. Their water is green. So just look at the difference on how this storm affected this small little hotel here, vacation rental, which is completely destroyed today. Even their pool is green. Across the street, nothing at the Marriott. And it's the same repetitive story of just about all of these places in Florida. Namely, the fact that hotels and larger new constructions don't suffer, but the older buildings do. And this person looks like their truck got flooded and they're trying to dry it out. I'm going to tell you, if your vehicle is dried out, the best thing you could do is contact your insurance company, because it will never function. It may work for a year or two, but eventually the corrosion will destroy it. Notice that there's an entire crew here working the cleanup here. This is all females. It's an entire group of females, and they're probably like 4 foot tall. Short little females. Maybe from Guatemala. 4 foot tall. They're moving all this by themselves. A crew of females. And you got grown men out here who don't want to work. That entire pile of debris that you see right there is being brought out by a crew of females. They're all females, all of them. It's like maybe, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 of them. Wow, the smell is so bad. You can see the flies swarming around something here. Wow. Hola. Wow. Another car that was flooded, but literally, like, there's like 7 or 8 of them. An entire crew is nothing but females. So for all these people that say they can't work, they can't make any money, you got females right there doing an entire trash out. Apartment flooded, cars flooded. What a nightmare. And I get it. Some people got to keep pushing and waiting for the insurance company. I get that. But please don't sleep on that. If your car flooded, don't think you're gonna dry it. You see the water line here in these vacation rentals? Puts the water at about 4 feet. These here don't look like vacation rentals. These might actually be condos or apartments. So these are people that live here, and now they're having to put all their stuff out by the curb. I'm not sure why there's just a mess here. Didn't seem like they tried to organize it, but it's gonna be difficult for cars to get in and out of the street because the way this mess is kind of just scattered everywhere. It's gonna make for very difficult access to the street. But you can see here they're building new houses, and like I said, these new houses, they stand up perfectly well to hurricane destruction. You can see somebody here, I think they've set up a tent in their front yard. And again, you can see a Salvadorian flag. Most of these people building, cleaning, remodeling, just about all of the workers here, from the people cleaning to the people remodeling, building, the vast majority of these workers are all going to be Central American or Latin American. Here it is, a Saturday at 5, 6 in the afternoon, and you got females out here working, cleaning up houses. It's interesting to see somebody having to put a tent in their front yard to live in. That's the new Florida homeless laws to take effect. The anti-camping law is what it's really called. So Florida's anti-camping law takes effect October 1st. And here we are, October, I don't know what it is, the 5th or the 6th. And you see people having to sleep in a tent in their front yard. I think the timing of that law just goes to highlight how bad of an idea that law was. And you know what? A lot of these people are able to afford a hotel or to buy an apartment. But eventually, all the housing available will disappear, even if you have money. As all the people who have money are going to rent whatever they can while they rebuild. And it's going to lead to a situation where even if you have money, you can't get a place. And you're going to be camping in your front yard or buying a property somewhere else in the meantime. But the timing of this law couldn't be more interesting, as thousands of Floridians lose their homes and are camping out in their front yards. A new anti-camping law takes effect. Very interesting timing. So there's a Walgreens here that's 2 stories high. And again, It seems like all of the new modern buildings are built with the idea that this would happen one day. But the Walgreens, my wife's telling me that the bottom story is closed, but the top is open. So it's one of those deals where, well, they kind of understood what could happen here one day when they built the Walgreens. Welcome to Clear Orleans, Louisiana, Florida. You can see the water line here on this beautiful historic building. I don't know if I'm going to be allowed up ahead. Let's see here. Hire licensed contractors. So I guess they're the northern end of the island. We'll see if we can get on the northern end of the island. If the destruction is bad, we won't be able to go further north. I was on the back streets trying to go further north on foot, and I had to talk to the officer. So it's possible that we can't go any further north on foot unless we're a resident. So we'll see what this little stop here is about. So the northern end of the island is for residents only. Therefore, we cannot go on the northern end of the island. So this is where we have to stop. So yes, we cannot go any further than this. This is as far as we can go. There's just too much destruction up ahead for them to allow people in. And, today I've had the opportunity. I've probably spent over an hour talking to different police officers. You can see the flies here gathering near this couch. I spent literally over an hour today with different police officers talking. And they're great people, great officers here. Difficult jobs. Obviously, one of the hardest parts of their job is, knocking on people's doors and telling them, hey, can you please evacuate? Please evacuate, but they don't listen. And sometimes the same individuals who you knock on their door and you say, hey, please evacuate, are the same people who a few days later you have to go and identify to their family. So it's a very underappreciated job, a difficult job, and they're all in a good mood. Had great conversations with officers today, but this is as far as we can go on Clearwater Beach. And it's been an interesting experiment to see how people behave. Some people are very angry, but some people are very optimistic, and some people understand it's just part of life in a community like this along the water. I'll tell you guys a story. I see a lady over there, and she's from New York, and I can hear her talking her New York accent, and I wanted to record her so bad, but I don't want to be this inconsiderate to somebody. But she's in there, she's like, I'm going back to New York, upstate New York. I can't do this anymore, Vinny. I'm like, oh my, if I could record this has been an ongoing joke on my channel for the longest, the New Yorkers. But this lady, she's like, I'm done, Vinny. I'm done. I'm going back to New York. And I'm sitting here laughing like, it's like the most stereotypical New York accent. She's just like, I'm done. I'm going back to New York, upstate New York. I can't do this anymore. So the house, Vinny. But, well, you can see this pool. It looks like they already flushed out the water. I'm gonna guess you can see the water line right there. The pool would have been 10 foot deep. But it's just interesting to see this lady. She's sitting there like, Vinny, I'm going back to New York. I'm going back, Vinny. I can't do this anymore. I've had enough of this state. I'm going back to upstate New York. And I wish I could have recorded this. It'd have been a horrendous thing to do. But it was interesting to see and hear. The Royal Canadian Motel. Not sure what's royal about it. At least their Royal Canadian sign is intact. This is what the sidewalks of Clearwater Beach look like. Now, I'm not gonna lie. There's people coming to our cunt. Hey, you're dry up there. You made it up there. How's the view from up there? Can you see the water? This is a Royal Canadian Motel. Obviously, they're trying to pump out their pool. You can see the pool would have been, 10 foot deep with this situation. The Royal Canadian, look at that. I made a trolling video. It wasn't a real video. It got like more views than, you ever make a video for YouTube? Only real YouTube creators know this. You ever make a video for YouTube that's like, it's not a serious video, and then it gets more views than you would have liked for it to have got, and you're like, I can't believe, like, your goal as a YouTuber is simply for a YouTube video to be successful. But you can see here, cars destroyed. Sometimes you make a video, like a trolling video, and you're like, I'm so upset that so many people saw this. Like, it wasn't for the general public, it was just for our subscribers. it's like your goal as a YouTuber is to get a lot of views, but like, you ever make a video that was just for your audience, not for the general public to see for the first time, and this is the first impression they get of your channel? I recently made a video about immigrants coming to America, but it was about Canadians, and of course it was the most sarcastic video ever. But then like, people from the general public who aren't familiar with my satire comedy saw the video and they thought it was a real video, and I'm just sitting here like scratching my head like, I've got to delete this off the internet. I'm like, yeah, my goal is to get a lot of views, but not like this. Not like this. I'm getting some good good workout here with all these hurricane coverage. Getting to walk quite a bit. Hey, look, it's a vacation rental. These blocks are stacked here, but you can see how the garbage settled on top of them. Tow away zone. Any vehicle left here during the storm surge will be towed away. Not gonna lie, whoever graffitied out a crab on this thing is a genius. Pretty sure I made a few new subscribers today, all in law enforcement, so thank you for subscribing. Maybe I can finally get you arrested for domestic violence when you actually do it. Car coming, car coming, car coming. See? What will you do without me? Crashing the people constantly. See? What would you do without me, Katie? Tell me you couldn't live without me.
I couldn't.
People out here aren't even going to repair things right away because they fear there could be another hurricane any day, so... Get that million! Get that million! Have you seen Cubans? They want the city!
Cuban. Because he was in like a 3500, had this like Cuban.
I've seen so many Cubans out here,
Yeah.
It's crazy. You just never see Cubans here because they're all working, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Is that Ellen's tusk down there? Katie is currently driving slow in the fast lane, getting passed by people hauling trailers.